Hi, I'm Riya Kadakia from Carlmont High School, and my team and business name is Cover Cleat. There are around 8 million high school athletes and around 500,000 college athletes who all have the same problem: cleats with spikes that wear down too quickly. Cleats are very expensive, especially with high school and college athletes who wear adult-sized cleats, which can range around $200, so replacing them often is not ideal. Since most high school and college athletes' feet are not growing anymore, they know it's time to buy a new pair of cleats when their spikes become blunt and they start to slip. The problem is that cleat spikes only wear down a little when the athlete is on the field, but the majority of it gets worn down when an athlete wears their cleats outside the field on concrete or any hard floor. This means every time a player leaves the field, whether it's between games, after a game, or even before a game has started, their cleats are getting worn down. Since athletes have been facing this problem for a long time now, they've come up with a solution, but it's not very practical. This solution is to change in and out of your cleats and into slides, which are flip-flops that can be worn with socks. There are two main problems with this solution, which are changing in and out of your cleats is very time-consuming and takes up time that a player could be using to get a snack between games and rebuilding up their energy, or even to get warmed up. This also means when a player is in a hurry and will not have the option to have the time to change in and out of their cleats, they're just going to skip it, leaving their cleats, keeping their cleats on, even though it's ruining the spikes. The other problem is that an athlete would have to keep an extra pair of shoes in their bag at all times, which makes the athlete's bag, which is already very heavy, even heavier. The cover cleat will fix all these problems because as the name says, it's a cover for the cleat. The cover cleat will go right at the bottom of the cleat, which will slip on over the spikes to fit the spikes so that the spikes won't get worn down. When a customer receives a package, they're going to get a mold that looks like this. When they get this, it's also going to come with a resin compound powder. All the customer has to do is mix that powder with some water, put their cleat inside of this mold, and pour the resin compound mix inside the mold, around the cleat. Once they leave it to dry, it's going to be ready. The cover cleat is all done, so simple like that, and it's going to look like something like this. On the outside, it looks like this, a nice finished touch, and on the inside, it'll be like this, with the cleats and there and the cover cleat filling up every other place, making it a full rounded shoe. This can solve all the problems because the cover cleat snaps right on and off the cleats, which helps them preserve the spikes for longer. Since it just snaps on and off the cleats, it's very efficient to use, so athletes can just snap it on or step into them before leaving the field and snap it off before entering the field again. This is what makes it so then athletes won't have any reason to skip saving their cleats, even if they're in a rush. The cover cleat will also save the athletes lots of money because most athletes who own two pairs of cleats, either for two different sports or if they're really passionate about one sport, they often have a backup. This can save them their cleats for 3 times as long. Normal cleats last about 6 months. Well, with the covered cleat, they can last up to 18 months. This can save an athlete $275 a year, which is a significant amount of money for a lot of families. Our primary consumers will be college athletes since they are more committed to their sports. Since they're more committed, they know that this is the sport they want to do, they're more likely to spend more money on equipment, such as cleats. While the average of cleats might be $200, they want to get the best of the best. They want to be able to do anything to help improve their performance, even if it means buying $300 cleats or more. Because they're buying so expensive cleats, they also want to be able to protect them more. This is why we believe the college students will be the early adopters to our product. They also, as college students, don't earn a lot of money. So they don't want to be spending it all on stuff like cleats. They want to save as much money as possible, and so since they think of this more as an investment, they wouldn't mind spending a little bit more money on getting a cover for it so then it lasts longer, rather than just kind of buying a less quality-wise cleat that won't last as long. College athletes are also our primary customer segment because they can also be role models for the younger groups. High schoolers will look up to the college students and be like, oh, like they're wearing something so cool like that. Wouldn't they want to get it? This will highly increase the amount of sales we can make, which is another benefit. The high school athletes are our secondary customer segment because while it's a bigger market, high schoolers are not as sure about what they want to do. I mean this in the way that many high schoolers will play multiple sports. They don't know which one they want to become a professional in, or they want to be a college athlete in. So they might just buy something as a temporary expense. They might just buy something on sale, like a cleats for each one as maybe $200 or just $150. So they might not care as much about preserving their cleats. So they might not be as interested. On the other hand, there are many high school athletes who are just like college athletes who care a lot about their cleats, and they wouldn't mind taking the extra money and spending it on an investment. So this is why they are a secondary customer segment. Our product is unique because it can be customized to fit any sport cleats, any size, any shape, the different amount of spikes, the size of the spikes. It can be customized in any way. This also helps because in future we can also add other customization options like color and the shapes on it, and we can add little stickers. It's very customizable and shows way that we can grow it to be better. The cover cleat has an unfair advantage over the competitors, which is mainly the slides, because it is more efficient. Slides take a long time to put on and off, and sometimes, from personal experience, I know that it's just not worth it. Sometimes you just want to go and just get in the car, but you don't realize at the moment how much you're harming your cleats. This is why the cover cleat would be so much better, since you can just quickly put it on and off, and you don't have to worry about the time spent, the time wasted. There are 4 main distribution channels, and the online sales channel is the fastest growing channel, which is why we chose to sell our cover cleats via website. In summary, this product, the cover cleat, will revolutionize the athlete's footwear market, solving the problems of cleat spikes getting worn out with an innovative and custom solution, saving athletes lots of money, time, and space. To do this, we'll be selling our cover cleats from a website and primarily to college and high school athletes. Thank you for listening.